finally, one thing you may want to do is to use a script to automatically check and grade the quiz responses for your Google Forms quizzes. So to demonstrate that, I'm going to go ahead and take this test here, and I'm just going to put some random answers in, some correct and some incorrect. A volcano is a weak spot on the surface. Most volcanoes form at plate boundaries. I'll put false, even though it's true. And I'll put some incorrect answers down here. Number 2 is that, and number 3 we'll put correct answer. And then we click submit, and that will put the answers into the question correctly for the quiz. So now if we go into the responses over here, you should see 2 responses. There was one, the first one that was created by the student who created the quiz, and this is the answer key, the very first one, and the second one is the first actual response which has been placed into the quiz. So you can actually use a special script to help grade this test for you. Now you could normally, you'd have to look and compare each answer to your correct answer in the first row, and that's going to be your answer key. But this script will actually check that for you and give you additional data. It will highlight ones that are problems, and it will give you percentages of how many people got things correct. So it's a pretty nice script to use, and it's called Flubaroo. So to use this script, you're going to go to the Insert menu and choose Script. And then in the Script gallery, we'll go ahead and search in Education. We could really search anywhere, but this will show you a variety of scripts you can get for education. But I'll go ahead and type Flubaroo in there and just click search. We've got Flubaroo is a free, easy-to-use tool that allows teachers to quickly grade and analyze assignments. So I'm going to go ahead and install that script for this document, for this spreadsheet. Okay. And now I can go ahead and run the Flubaroo script here. So when I click Flubaroo Grade Assignment, you can see it's running up there. It needs authorization to run. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and authorize it to access my Google. Now I can grade the assignment. And it takes you through a step-by-step process of going through and using it. So it's asking you which each one does. Grading option. The first one, username, identifies the student. And then for each question, it's how many points you're assigning it. If it's a question that doesn't actually get points, like if you're just asking for the room number they're in or something like that, you would change it to identifying it or skip grading it. But if you want it to be graded, you've got to give a number of points for each question. And then you continue. Step 2, it says which submission should be used as the answer key. So the person who created the quiz and answered the questions the first time, they created the answer key. So you should choose that and click continue. So if you created the quiz, you would want to choose your own name there for your answer key. And then it says grading has been completed. A new worksheet called Grades has been created, and it contains a grade for each submission. So we can view the grades, and here they are. It's got the name of each person, and it's got the percentage they got overall, how many points they got right, and here's the ones that were incorrect or wrong. So it tells you how many points they got for each one and what percentage for each one. So when you have a whole bunch of them, if you had a whole bunch of names here, you'd actually be able to see the percent correct for each question item for all of the quiz takers. And that's going to help you figure out which questions people didn't understand very well. Maybe they need to be taught better or get a review of more information. Now keep in mind, this is a new workbook. So keep in mind what Flubaroo has done is it's created a new workbook called Grades down at the bottom here. You can always go back to the original submissions by clicking on the tab that says Student Submissions, and this is the Volcanoes Quiz Responses. So it changed the names of the tabs to Student Submissions and then to Grades. You can also email those grades to the people who took the quiz by going to the Flubaroo menu and choosing Email Grades, and then it will pop up a little window asking how to email them. And in this case, since we told it to automatically record the username, whoever took the test, that will be their email address. So that's the best way to do it. Username will be email address, and then you can include the list of questions and scores when you send the email to the students, or you can include an answer key as well. You can check if you include the questions and scores. If you want to show them the correct answers, you would include the answer key as well so they can see which ones they got wrong and why they got it wrong.